Welcome to readtheticker.com. Today we're going to cover very quickly site tips and tricks. This is for primarily members to get to know the site a little bit better, to help to learn how to do things a little bit quickly. Okay, we're going to go through each of these. Have a look. At work groups, it's our work groups page. My defaults first. And this page primarily is a list of custom settings so you can view a chart to your desired width and height. So whatever chart you're using relative to your screen size, you can preset here so you have a better viewing experience of the charts available. There are other limits like 10 page per initial load. You can set that to 5 if you have a reduced CPU and RAM. There are other limits down here. For example, I think there's a limit for RTT market timer chart if you want to make that a little bit wider. There's a lot of detail on that. I make mine 1425. Right, there's the point and figure chart. Where is it? Oh yeah, 29 and 30. If you want to change the number of data points going through to your point and figure chart on your pop out of alpha or swing, you can change the number of data entry points. I've got 350 here, so if you want to make that 250, you can. What that does is allow more detail in the point and figure chart. So these my defaults are there to make your visual experience a little bit easier relative to your screen size. Okay. Now we're going to talk about find my work. Well, as you can probably guess, I'm a very heavy user of the site. I have lots of groups. I do work in different groups all the time, and every now and then I get a bit lost. So find my work is a page to register what you've been up to. So if you've been looking at a symbol, like let's type in INDU, and you know you looked at the symbol, but you don't know where you looked at your symbol. Here it gives you a register of the symbol name, the group in which the symbol was worked in, the row name, because you can actually change the description of your worked in, the chart type, created on and edited. That's just a quick way to find what you sort of did in the last 24 hours. Very useful. Now right next to my symbols, right next to find my work, we have my symbols. Now this is not that exciting, but does have one useful aspect. I select the group that I might be interested in, and obviously we all have different levels of use of the site. For example, I've got some data in here, and for example, I've got GDX. And on each chart and throughout the site, you'll see WW info or some fundamental data. For example, the first one is Y charts. It's a very popular site for fundamentals and account ratios and what have you. Now, you have to be a member, obviously, to get used to it. I'm not a member, but it's got some pretty good stuff in there. You can go directly to it when you're studying a symbol. Or if you want to look at other popular charting sites, you can open up FinViz, I think it's called. Now, what this does is you can obviously find the news very quickly, or you can find something else that might be going on, a date of earnings, or whatever's going on with dividends. You've got Zacks, you've got Yahoo Finance, you've got Short Squeeze. If you're interested in how much shorts are loaded onto the stock, Stock Consultant, another fundamental site. Guru Focus, big charts with the standard site. Now here we got ETF database. Now, I use this one quite a bit. Now, for example, GDX ETF database. On the site, we do have a list of stocks within the GDX ETF, but this is a more detailed reference. If you want to find something out to check the reference, you can find out the holdings, of course, and any other facts behind the ETF. Now, in an ETF, holdings the sort of ratio or the percentage allocated to the ETF on the fund, for example, is 10.5% of APX. That might be 5% in a month's time. So just sort of saying is it's good to know what's moving the ETF. That's E. Now the other one is O, which is straight to the option symbol. So if you want to check to see how your options are going, I really look at this to see the spread. If I'm looking at an option chain, I want to see how they put the bid and ask spread, whether it's close or wide. Anything over 5 cents is a bit of a worry. So 78.82, that's pretty good. So I like to look at the options. It's a quick reference, just to get a feel. So that's what the fundamental information does. I primarily wanted to show that. That's throughout the website. You'll see this list of symbols above most charts. Okay, so now we a bit more detail. My test group. We have your standard viewing of 1 page, 10 per page. We've got a cause and effect, flash, and volume wave. Now, if you want to see very quickly what's going on within your group, select cause and effect. What this does, it lists your stocks based on RTT ranks. RTT rank is how strong your trend is. So the higher the value, for example, here's RTT rank, it's 79, which is quite a strong trend for the SPY. We've got 3 symbols in this group. So what this does is this can load up to 50 symbols per page, the ability to eyeball what's going on within your sort of group. What you're looking for, obviously, for cause and effect, what you're looking for is nice consolidations. Here, for example, I can see stop smashing activity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so far they're all buy points. Funny how that happens, isn't it? I can see my volume patterns. That's primarily what I use it for, to find exactly what's going very quickly. I can scroll down here, see what's going on here. If I want to tag a stock, I can tag that. Tag ends up here. Reload the page with the filter. So you have 50 stocks and you tag 3, you can view 3. So I've only tagged 1, so I view 1. Of course, that's the same sort of functionality with the flash charts and the volume wave. Now, the flash charts is if you want to eyeball divergences using moving averages over your group, you can quickly load up a default or whatever you like to view and go through and review your group with technical stuff. Just saves a bit of time rather than going through 1 per page or 10 per page. Here you can load up 50 symbols and quickly eyeball maybe whatever you're looking for based on divergences or any of these indicator settings you like. And of course we have our volume wave. Here we're looking for price movements relative to the volume movements. Once again, it's a quick eyeball run over your group. Yes, very good. Let's have a look at some of the tips and tricks within a analysis chart. So where are we? Our test 99. Here we go. So analysis chart. I'm going to look at this one. Now, most of you, or at least I hope most of the members, will quickly understand that we have 2 types of drawing functionality. We have quick draw, which is basically a fishing exercise. You quickly look around the chart and see what you think is useful to put on a chart without having to spend time loading up objects with which are saved. For example, here, you do trend line, point to point, whoops, up, down, just keep on running through things and anything you want to use. This is actually quite useful. The hold down the E key, then a Fibonacci wave. So you get obviously you got all the standard stuff with the Fibonacci retracement. So what you can do is you can quickly investigate a chart throughout the site using a quick draw to sort of see what's going on. It's probably about the quickest on the web for drawing stuff. And once you've sort of set on something you want to see on a regular basis, you can actually load a channel. I've got a channel loaded here. What's the channel? I think the channel is, yeah, C. So I've already got a channel loaded here, but if I wanted to investigate other channels, I would select pivot points and see how they look. As you can see here, I've got a channel already loaded. That's one I've saved. The reason why we don't use drag and drop to the location on the price point of the chart, and we actually load our channels up by dates, is because it's 100% accurate. You're not missing a couple of pixels when you zoom in. You're actually getting the perfect join from price point to the channel object. A lot of objects you see on a lot of drawing tools you see on the web, you draw on a channel, it might be quick and easy, but when you actually line it up and you're looking at a channel drawn out for 100 or 500 bars, a pixel difference could send your trend line or your channel line off. That is materially different. So the one thing I do want to point out is that you got, as I showed you, I've got a channel drawn on a chart. I can show and hide objects. I can select channel there, turn it off, rebuild the chart, and the channel will disappear. So if you've got lots of objects on a chart and you want to clear them or you want to view them, or without actually going through each one and individually playing around with them, quickly just show and hide. And obviously, where is it? I've got a list that, see the green word shows what's shown and what's hidden. Obviously you can uncheck all and check all to review. Now sometimes if you don't allow the page to load accurately, for example if you hit load page and you have your slow CPU or having internet problems, you might find that this is all blanked out and all the objects you load on your chart aren't viewing. What you have to do is just go down to the show and hide and make sure it's all checked so you can view stuff. We are at the mercy of the web, and we have to load our data up. So if you stop the data load, things can happen. So that's a show and hide example. Now, another important thing is that when you're looking at charts, you normally come across a certain style. You want to save your charts as a setting. For example, I've got lots of save chart styles. And all you do is you want to add a new one, you go save new. I'm going to put in here Ian's demo, add a new style. What this does, it saves my drawing. It doesn't save my chart, it doesn't save my object. It saves the colors I draw on here and moving averages and things like that, and indicators. So when I go to save chart style, what's a D, isn't it? Where is it? Ian's demo. There we go. Now this style is very important. You can use this for pop-outs throughout the site. So if I go to group summary, my defaults, I'm a heavy user of the swing chart pop-out. So if I go alpha swing, if I go Ian's demo, there we go, and I got it on yes. Save defaults. Did I just save that? Yes, I did. So when I go throughout the site, my swing scanner, I want to view a symbol very quickly with a template that I've pre-designed on my style sheet. Click that. Up pops my pop-out chart. Right, so lots of data, so it takes a bit of help. There we go, there's my style that I've saved. Obviously I've got a lot of styles. I can change it very quickly, or I can continue to do pop-outs. You can keep on going as long as your RAM doesn't run out. Right, back to work groups. Another feature that I need to bring to your attention, which is a little bit new, we'll go to our test again. per page. What are we looking at? We want to go to CM for comparisons. See, it's got CM there, so we're going to have a comparison chart. Obviously, we can, if we've got lots of charts in a group between analysis, we can actually select our types you want to display in a list, so we don't get lost. Here I've got Google. The black line is from January the 1st, 2013, and the other lines are from 2012, which is the blue one, and 2011. So I'm looking at the last 2 years from the 1st of January for Google. And I've got a forward extension up until the end of the year and halfway into next year. Okay. So here I've got my x-axis, the x-axis at the bottom, extended 150 periods, which is daily, so it's 150 days. Okay, so now I've got my settings down here for my comparison. That's all pretty standard stuff, so it's not really new. So what the new part I've got here is, what I'm really doing here is I'm sort of doing a bit of a seasonal study. I've only got 2 years loaded, but that's only for demonstration purposes. You can actually load in 10 if you wish. What I've done here, I've created, you can actually create your custom index. Now you see here I've got Google, the 1st to 12th, the 1st of January for 2012, 1st of January for 2011, and it's A and B. So if I want to create a custom seasonal index, I'm going to put A, oh, there we go, memory is there, A pipe B. What this does, it runs through A, takes the percentage change per point, and runs through B and takes percentage change between daily bars and adds them together. So you get a custom index. Alright. So we're going to get, as the box is red, see how the box is red around that comparison index? We're going to get a red index. So I'll draw that. So 2011 and 2012 combined gives us this overall trend. If we obviously had more data in there, so instead of maybe 5 or 10 years or whatever you like, you get a seasonal representation of your stock. Now, this is very good for, say, for example, you want to select bull years. So, Google's been up and down over 10 years, but you want to see what happens only in bull market years for Google. And you can do the same for neutral years. So, the way the custom index is designed, you've got 3 boxes. Maybe you want to create a bull index, a bear index, and a neutral index based on 10 years. And this type of design function is based on Gann's work called Master Time Factor. He would actually create and compare indexes over the last 10 years. For example, he might, if you're looking at 2013, he would take 2003, 1993, 1983, 1970. You get the picture, 73s. He looks at all the threes. Then he might throw in an important year like 5 and 7. It's really quite detailed, and then he would combine the data up until bull, bear, and market custom indexes to try and predict the future. So that's all based on cycles, and it's all within the William Gann Stock Market Course PDF and the FAQ help. I'm not going to get into crazy detail with that, but it's this functionality is available if you are a Gann Master Time Factor trainee or expert. Right, so that's pretty cool. That's a quick rundown of tips and tricks throughout the site to help your experience a little bit easier. If you've got any questions, please email me. Thanks for watching.